Hey there, Clarinet people. We have made it to the end of page 10, and we're on number 35. And this one is an interesting track because it's got a second part to it back on page 38. So number 35, and there will be several more like this, the ones that are called private lessons. This is going to be different in your book than it is in the flute book or the trumpet or the trombone book. And these private lessons work on specific skills that have to deal with the difficulties of your instrument or the special challenge of playing your particular instrument. A private lesson in the larger concept of music is when you sit down one-on-one with a teacher who's a master at your instrument, and you and that teacher go through exercises and etudes, and they help you develop your independent sound and your ability to read music above and beyond what we do in large group band class. So if you can find a teacher, I highly recommend getting connected with a private teacher or at least an older student who has had a couple more years of experience than you, and figure out how to better move around on your instrument. That's always going to help. It's amazing how much faster or how much better you get so much faster with a little bit of extra private instruction. All right, so in this one, since it's all private lesson stuff and it's geared towards improving your finger dexterity, your smooth finger movement, I'm going to play everything at 80, and then it's up to you to get your metronome out and play them at the different speeds that you want to improve at. So I usually play things at 80, 100, 120 for these lessons. Certainly you should be able to play them faster than that or slower than that. So it's up to you to experiment around with some different tempos on this. And here's 35, and then I'll pause for a moment and turn back to 38 and play those three exercises as well. 35. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so turning back to page 35 or 38 now, and all of these exercises on 35 and on the top of page 38 here are all about crossing that gap between E and A across the throat tones. So the lower joint of the clarinet has from thumb down. That's called the chalumeau register. There used to be an instrument called the chalumeau, which played low notes like the clarinet. And then this thumb key here, they used to just have an open hole, and there was an instrument called the clarion. And so when we put our thumb on this extra key and play the high register notes, that's the clarion register, and the low notes are the chalumeau register. Now, there's a couple notes that don't belong to either, and that's G, A, this A flat key here, and then the thumb with the A key, which would be another B flat. So those four notes are called the throat tones. And they're a little different. They're a little tricky to get a good sound out of. So you work hard, you can make those notes sound just as good as anything in the chalumeau or the clarion registers. So this is all an exercise about coming to and getting away from that A key. Again, I'll play it at our slow tempo. And I'll do all the repeats. 2, ready, go. Here's advanced preparatory exercise. And here's the mastering excellence exercise.